I'm James Jacobs. I'm the creative director for Pathfinder at Paizo, and I'd like to welcome you to a bit of a sort of a little catch-up for the setting of the Wrath of the Righteous video game. So, just like the Kingmaker game, this game is set in the world of Golarion, which is our setting where we've set a whole bunch of different adventure paths and stories and novels. And our goal with Golarion was to build a setting that could contain all sorts of different stories, whether it's like classic fantasy or fighting pirates on the high seas or horror tropes or anything like that. With Kingmaker, we set it in this region called the Stolen Lands, which those of you who've played that game know that it's sort of a classic fantasy, but with a lot of like this fairy realm, and you're trying to build up your own kingdom and become rulers of a new nation set in this region called the River Kingdoms. So with Wrath of the Righteous, we're kind of moving up to the northwest a bit, and to a realm that once upon a time was known as Sarkoris. And like the River Kingdom, Sarkoris, classic fantasy setting. That is, up until just over 100 years ago when all sorts of just bad things happened. This is what we call the onset of the Age of Lost Omens. At this time, the god of humanity, Erodin, was killed or died under mysterious circumstances. A perpetual hurricane churned to life down in the southern seas. Storms racked the entire planet. The entire world of Golarion was just thrown into chaos. And in the region of Sarkoris, a huge just earthquake struck, and these cracks and rifts opened up the ground. The entire world just opened up, and a lot of people thought it was the end of the world. And in fact, it was this thing that came to be known as the Worldwound, a breach in reality between Golarion and this realm called the Abyss, which is where the demons live. And these demons started just pouring up out of this crack in the world. The demons themselves are these supernatural creatures that are formed from the souls of mortals who have been sinful or evil or cruel or just different sorts of just awful ways humanity or other mortal creatures can behave. And they're ruled by these creatures called the Demon Lords, extremely powerful demons. Creatures like Baphomet, who is a powerful demon associated with beasts and labyrinths, or Nocticula, who is a demigoddess of assassins and succubi and lust. Ereshkigal, who is a demon lord of riddles and magical portals. And then there's also Deskari, who is a demon lord associated with locusts and infestations and chasms. It was Deskari who caused this world wound to form in Sarkoris. It just cracked open, and then all these demons just kind of boiled up. Now, with the world wound, we wanted to have a setting where we could play out sort of a post-apocalyptic setting, and the apocalypse in this case was the demons coming up from the abyss to infest the world. And when it happened at the onset of the Age of Lost Omens, these demons kind of just spread all over the place. They didn't really have a lot of focus. They were just running amok. The Church of Erodin, whose god, remember, just perished at the onset of this Age of Lost Omens, they were kind of desperate for new focus, and they decided to form this crusade, the First Crusade. They went up north and they fought against the demons. Many, many years, they managed to beat the demons back. They thought that was it, but a few years later, a new wave of demons came up, and they destroyed more cities, and they spread more and more. The Crusaders at this point realized that they had a lot more work than they initially expected. These demons were now more organized, and they were spreading further, and the world wound itself kept growing. New cracks were opening in the world, and so they started making these things called the ward stones, which are these magical sort of fence that they tried to build around this region. They managed to contain the demons, but not before the entire nation of Sarkoris essentially fell into ruins. And the demons were contained again for a while. A sort of a third crusade started when a bunch of these crusaders started being corrupted from within, and they went on these witch hunts to oust people they thought were corrupted by demons, but then they were also being corrupted by demons. It was kind of a black mark on their reputation. And as the demons all the time, they're watching this like, look at those humans. They're their own worst enemies. So after that, it kept going along for a few more years. A fourth crusade started when one of these powerful demons, Karamzadeh, the Storm King, kind of swooped in to the town of Canabras and cracked one of these pillars of ward stones that were holding all the demons back. He didn't destroy it. He was driven off by a silver dragon named Tarandula before he could finish the job. But this latest attack showed the Crusaders that these demons are just getting started. And so the Fourth Crusade began, and these Crusaders went out and did their best, but they were running low on resources. They were fighting corruption from within. Everything was looking really grim. This wardstone supernatural fence they put up was starting to flicker and fail. And the demons just kept on coming. That crusade went on for a few more years. It kind of just petered out. And now, in the modern era where this game takes place, things are looking pretty bad. And at this point, word of maybe a fifth crusade may be starting. Rumors new demons are coming along. There's corruption from within. There's paladins failing. It's just something really bad is building. And now more than ever, we need heroes to come in and save the day. That's where this game begins. You are the brand new group of heroes, but it's your job to become the wrathful righteous people coming in to start this fifth crusade and see if you can stop these demons once and for all, or if they're going to keep going and take over everything. It's pretty much up to you. This game is going to have massive combats, a lot more exploration. You're going to go off the planet into the abyss, and I'll leave it to the fine folks at Owlcat to talk more about what the game actually is going to be about, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, I hope you enjoy the game, and thanks for listening, and I will see you the next time.